this comes back to you. Those, I don't know what we call them, those rubber things we stick out at some crosswalks to try to say, hey, there's people out here. There's still one in front of Pacific Park Plaza.
Okay, yeah. I
Yeah,
know what you
the
mean.
one that's, I know people hit them and ruin them, but the one that used to be just
On
up the
Park.
street here on Park has been missing for a very long time. And I think we need to get an inventory of those so that they can be replaced. I know they're probably expensive, but,
Okay.
okay, can we look at that?
Yes.
The second,
The one at 41st and Adeline got wiped out a long time ago.
Yeah. So, and the next two things are things that I guess would go to the Transportation Committee. The first one would, this is something I'd asked to look at before, and then it really never went anyplace, but if you're coming on the road behind the Catella Center, and you make the right turn on Hollis Street down here, what you run into when you get to the roads coming in and out of the shopping center is there's 2 lanes northbound on Hollis. And I understand that that's in Oakland, so we've got to talk to them. But the right lane of those 2 is a right turn only lane
That's
going
right.
into the shopping center. And it absolutely doesn't, if we're trying to move traffic around and the impact it has on Emeryville, that makes no sense, that it's right turn only, because people get
It should be
stacked up.
a through lane.
Should be a through lane also. And then when you get past those driveways on either side of Hollis Street, then you can funnel into whatever lanes you need to be in going further, you know, as you approach 40th Street. So I'd like us to look at talking to Oakland to see if they could eliminate the right turn only arrow in the right lane there, if the Transportation Committee thinks that that's wise. So if you guys could take that up. And the second one is one that I have mentioned here before that I think is under our control, and it's Peralta there, and that little street that comes right in front of Vicky Joe's going northbound as it starts to come into the back of the Catella Center. We really need to get a left turn lane northbound to take that road, either to take the roadway behind Catella's or to access the new on-ramp to
You
get on.
can't access the on-ramp there.
Yes, you can. Absolutely, you can. I was
When-
just there today.
When I drove underneath from MacArthur.
No, you
and
can't
go
do
under-
it from there. You can't do it from driving underneath there.
I did.
But if you,
I went onto the freeway.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm talking about if you're coming westbound towards the bay, behind the Catella Center, and you don't want to get onto the freeway.
You can't. There's a K-rail there dividing.
Well,
them.
no. But there is a way you can come out of the back of the Catella Center and stay on the little road that's there. You've got to take the Peralta Street.
Right,
You've got to get to Peralta Street
right.
by staying inside of the Catella Center. Once you get to Peralta, then you can come out and make the right turn and get onto the freeway, or come down to Hollis Street. And what I'm saying is that the northbound traffic that's trying to make that left turn to do one of those 2 things doesn't have a lane.
On Peralta you're talking
Yeah,
about?
right there.
Yeah,
at where
that's it's a very tough intersection. There's hardly any stacking room.
I know there's not
on
much stacking,
Peralta.
Hank, but it's a very wide place, and there's room enough to have a left turn only lane.
Yeah.
I do that a lot. That's my way to get here from downtown Oakland when
You're
there's a lot of
northbound
traffic.
at Peralta and MacArthur,
Yes.
and that's Caltrans property, isn't it?
Well, I don't think Peralta is.
Yeah.
Well,
Peralta
but
isn't.
where the intersection is.
Well, I'm not
No?
sure
I
about
think,
that.
I've been told
I
that's
don't think
us. Anyway, could the Transportation Committee take a look at that? I know, I'm not talking about creating a big stacking lane. I'm just talking about, once you get out there, you're kind of just sitting out there by yourself, and it would make sense to me to have a left turn lane there, with just, even if it's only one car.
Can we
Yeah.
have the Transportation Committee discuss this?
That's what I asked
Good.
for it to go. Okay, and the last thing doesn't have anything to do with any of that. I just want to not let it go unnoticed, and I want to make sure that the word gets back. I'd really like to commend staff, and particularly Ignacio, for the incredible party they threw for John here a week ago Friday. I mean, that was just amazing, and a lot of people participated in it from staff, but I know Ignacio did a lot of the technical stuff for putting together essentially a music PowerPoint retro of Creedence and everybody else in
I didn't know
between.
he was such a fan of Clarence.
Yeah. But anyway,
Keeps Clearwater.
well, that's who John did lighting for. That's why that was the basis for, before he got into his most recent profession. Anyway, if the work could get back to staff, I just think it was incredibly well done, very professional, and a lot of fun. Well, good job.
I just want to announce before I shut off my computer that with 14% of the vote in, Proposition 90 is passing by 52 to 48%. And as I've been watching these numbers, they're going more in the yes than they are in the no. So,
Okay.
Didn't help any that it was all by itself on the back side of the
I
ballot.
guess not.
All right, well, with that, I'll adjourn the meeting and thank the interim city manager for weathering his first meeting, and we can go watch the election returns.
Frankly, the closed session was probably tougher than the meeting.